the news, abducted passenger gives birth after 30 days in captivity. 50 years after mass killings of over 300,000 people, survivors seek action from government. President Patrice Motsepe launches African schools football program. Details shortly. This is TOS Television, your digital-first Pan-African news network. I am Merciful Ajinomo, and you are watching TOS News 360. A victim of the deadly Kaduna train attack which claimed the life of a Nigerian female medical doctor, Chinelo Megafu, have been delivered of a baby girl after 30 days of agony, anguish and pain in Bandits hideout. It was reported how the terrorists on March 28 planted explosives on rail track and immobilized an AK-9 Abuja-Kaduna train, killing at least 9 people, wounding several others, and abducting an unknown number of passengers. The abductees have remained with the terrorists for a month, despite repeated calls by their relatives and other Nigerians for the government to take decisive actions to free them from captivity. 208 National Youth Service Corps members across 7 states have had service extension or outright repeat of the service year for violating the service rules. Among the affected states are Lagos, Nasarawa, Anambra, Enugu, Plateau, Akwa Ibom, Gombe and Delta State. Some had absconded from service and would be remobilized to start service afresh whenever they resurfaced. Nasarawa had 40 cases, Enugu 38, Anambra 23, Ondo 27 among others. Abia State NYSC Coordinator Jingi Dennis had stated that 9 of the 870 National Youth Service Corps members in 2021 Batch A Stream 2 will have to repeat the service year due to incidences of abscondment. Nigeria's Minister of Transportation and presidential aspirant Rotimi Amechi has met with the leadership of the ruling All Progressives Congress in Lagos on Thursday to seek its support. Amechi said he was in Lagos to seek support, though he knew that the state is the base of APC national leader Bola Tinubu, who is also in the race. Responding, the APC chairman in the state, Cornelius Ojelabi, appealed to APC aspirants to tread softly and work together to save the party from collapse. Following the arrest of a Congolese journalist, Sebastien Mulamba, the Committee to Protect Journalists have called on authorities to drop their prosecution, stop harassing the journalist, and investigate the raid on his home. It was gathered that at around 3 a.m. on April 21, police arrested Mulamba, a journalist and director of the privately owned Kisangani News, at his home in Kisangani, the capital of the northern Chopo province. The arrest reportedly came after Mulamba appeared as a guest commentator on local radio programs, according to sources. It was reported that Mulamba repeatedly criticized the governor of the Chopo province, Abibu Sakepaila. The journalist told CPJ without giving further details. After 50 years of a wave of ethnic massacres in Burundi, survivors are beginning to ask the government to do more to confront the legacy of the violence. No fewer than 300,000 people died in mass killings, which began on 29 April in 1972. The violence was rooted in long-standing tensions between the Hutu and Tutsi, 2 ethnic groups who live in Burundi and neighboring Rwanda. A Truth and Reconciliation Commission, which has been exhuming mass graves from the time, has said the killings amount to genocide. This is your digital-first Pan-African news network, TOS Television, and you are watching TOS News 360. Africa, global and sports stories on return. Stay with us. Thanks for staying. The prosecutor of the International Criminal Court has pledged his commitment to delivering justice against crimes committed in Libya. According to the prosecutor of the International Criminal Court, Karim Khan, the situation cannot be a never-ending story. Justice delayed may not always be justice denied, but justice that can still be arrived at the night time. In his key prosecutorial role for under a year, Khan has to reckon with multiple alleged perpetrators of crimes against humanity and war crimes, together with 3 unexecuted warrants of arrest amid a politically divided nation that continues to suffer from widespread impunity. stemming from the overthrow of long-term ruler Muammar Gaddafi in 2011. A high court in Malawi has found 5 people guilty of murdering and trading in the body parts of an albino man, MacDonald Musambuka. Musambuka went missing in February 2018, and when his body was discovered a month later, the legs and arms had been severed. They were also guilty for the murder of a former Roman Catholic priest, a police officer, and a hospital clinician. The 22-year-old man had albinism, which is pronounced in the pigment of his skin, eyes, and hair color. 2 British men working as aid volunteers in Ukraine have been arrested by Russian forces on suspicion they are spies, a non-profit organization, and the family of one of them said on Friday. Paul Uri and Dylan Haley were captured by Russian soldiers at a checkpoint south of the city of Zaporizhzhia in southeastern Ukraine. The pair was said to be operating independently to try to get vulnerable Ukrainians out and were arrested as they drove to help a woman and her 2 children in Zaporizhzhia. Dozens of people have been injured in fresh clashes between Palestinians and Israeli security forces on the Temple Mount in Jerusalem's Old City, referred to by Muslims as the Noble Sanctuary. The violence on the last Friday of the Muslim fasting month of Ramadan left about 42 people wounded, Palestinian reported. The report said there had repeated confrontations on the Temple Mount in the past 2 weeks, while the security situation across Israel remained tense after a wave of attacks. As part of efforts to strengthen collegiate football in Africa, the Confederation of African Football CAF President Patrice Motsepe has launched the CAF African Schools Football Program situated in Maputo, Mozambique. The commencement of the school program is part of the goals Motsepe elaborated on during a visit to Abidjan, Côte d'Ivoire in April 2021, where he focused on youth football development in Africa. And that is TOS News 360 on your digital-first Pan-African news network. For more updates, visit www.tostvnetwork.com. Do follow and like our social media handles on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And remember to subscribe on YouTube. Stay with us and enjoy more programs on the network. I am Merciful Ajinomo. Thanks for watching.